Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Shenanigans.
Yay.
Welcome back.
I believe last we left, you had arrived at a new temple, and you were inspecting it for signs of similar destruction, construction, changes.
Cool.
Yeah,
Accurate.
well, sure enough.
Nice temple.
You step into this temple, and there are statues that have been pulled down, dragged out. These ones aren't as broken as the former. And you'll also find some new construction going up here. There is like scaffolding being built around a large chunk of stone that stands in the middle of the temple in the process of being carved by a single stonemason.
Any like clerics or priests?
Yeah, there's a priestess here, an older woman.
Perfect. I look around, walk up to her. You guys doing some renovation?
Ah, blessings upon you, stranger. Yes, we are doing renovations. How did you know? She says, tongue in cheek. It's obvious how you could know, yeah.
I know. And
Well, you know, kobolds.
scaffolding. Anyway, what?
I go up to Marc and I elbow him.
What's up, dude?
So, what prompted all of this?
I say cast the spell in his ear. Mind reader.
What prompted all of this remodeling?
Oh, I thought you had it. Yeah.
The remodeling? Well, we've learned a great deal in modern days about the true nature of divinity. And
Really?
Yes.
Tell me about it. What did you guys learn? Like, that seems like a pretty big deal to just tear down all this other stuff. Like, what happened? Like, this sounds good.
She looks past you to the other party members who are clearly whispering behind you and says, have you come for a lesson? I would be very happy to teach you about the ways.
I came looking for.
Give me the too long
craftsman.
didn't read version of it. You know, like stuff doesn't always stick longest. So, just like easiest way to sum it up. You know.
The only god who will ever help people in a meaningful way is Seor, god of construction, building, for he is the one who helps us help ourselves. All the others are here to be worshipped by people and offer only small trinkets in return. Seor empowers us to build a better future for ourselves. He is the one.
Well, you must know of some great craftsmen then, if Seor's the greatest of all. Do you have any great craftsmen in this town?
We are but a small village near a marsh considered to be worthless by many. There are no great craftsmen here other than the stonemason we have brought from the capital and the inventor who lives at the base of the mountain.
Who? Inventor?
Mm-hmm.
What does he do besides invent?
He practices his beliefs through the creation of new concepts, ideas, formations. He makes golems without magic, which is a most wondrous thing.
Interesting.
That's impossible.
So did he show up to this area because of your guys' belief? Or...
Search your feelings, Mech, you know it to be true. Sorry.
That's getting really confusing now. Did he show up here because of your guys' belief? Like your beliefs attracted his likeness, or
No. He was the prophet, messenger, the one who showed us the light.
Okay. What sort of stuff did he show you? I'm very interested. It sounds like he has a great deal of things to teach.
She is surprised to have a wanderer come through who shows such an interest. And
I'm riding a goddamn mechanical dragon.
This is true. Actually, there's no need to make a wisdom check then to see if there's some other motive. You are riding a mechanical dragon. It's very clear that you would be interested in this sort of thing. She takes your interest at face value. A wooden giant, maybe 9 feet tall, in which the gnome... It's like a horseless carriage, but in the shape of a person. A giant, and the gnome sits within its chest.
A giant, you say? As giant as I?
Larger still. 8.5 feet tall. 9 feet tall. Something like that.
How big are you?
7'4".
Fascinating. Are all of his contraptions made out of wood, or does he use metals?
I cannot speak to all of his contraptions, but I have seen
from
metal.
what you've seen. Metal, okay.
Well, there was the giant carried a pair of smaller creatures upon its shoulders, made of brass, bronze, copper. I'm not sure.
Some metal. Okay, interesting. I wonder how he
So rich.
move like that.
Must have been truly blessed by Seor if he's got so much wealth to make a 9-foot golem out of metal.
A wealth of
No.
knowledge,
That's
indeed.
unheard of.
The giant was made of wood. The smaller creatures upon its shoulders were metallic.
I see.
And he
Not
just
quite
lives,
as rich.
He lives at the base of the mountain. Interesting place to live.
I'm sure he would be enraptured by your companion, your steed.
Oh, he's no steed. He's my best friend.
She looks upon the creature with newfound interest and waves to it and says, "Hello, friend."
Macford probably just like bows his head or something. Like with, I'm just like sitting there and like not doing anything.
Ominous metal dragon's gotta be of interest.
All right. Interesting. And he lives at the base of the mountain? I think I might want to talk with him. We're at the base of the mountain. Mountain's pretty big.
Not entirely sure. He just said that he lived at the base of the mountain, somewhere between the two, near to the middle between the two rivers. I don't have a precise location.
Oh, that's fine. That's enough. Wow. Boy, science project. All right. Thank you very much for your time. This has been very enlightening.
My pleasure.
I hope your construction goes well.
Thank you.
Turn around.
And may Seor bless your journey.
Indeed. Turn around, walk out.
Max is asleep.
I'll go with the large raccoon.
I probably don't realize that he's asleep. I think he's probably casting a spell or something. He probably fell asleep standing up.
Cool.
And as we turn around and leave, I'm like, hey, church boy, let's go.
We have 2 church boys. Which one did you want?
The one that's not casting a spell right now.
Wait a second. One of them's a church boy, the other's a church man.
Mac falls to the ground, wakes up, and then joins you.
All right, and then once we get out of the village, all right, Mac, what'd you learn?
What?
Your spell, when you cast it, what'd you learn?
What spell?
The mind read spell.
Oh, I told you to tell me when to cast it.
I think we're good. I think that means it worked. I think let's go to the base of the mountain and find it there.
I told you to cast it when I started talking with the cleric.
No, you didn't. And this guy over here asked me to cast this spell. I don't even have this spell.
You didn't fucking cast the spell. Remember, we discussed it after we left the last village.
Yeah, you told me to cast it on the last guy when you talked to him, and then we left the village, so I didn't cast it on him.
I mean, we know where to go anyway, right?
Chill,
So
guys.
just I think it probably would have been a waste of a spell anyway, right?
Yeah.
So, the person was sounds like he was honest with us.
But why do we need to
Still find
cast
it
this spell though?
at the base of the mountain, right?
I agree with our metal friend.
Yeah. All right, group hug, guys.
You don't get a group hug. No. You had poor performance. You don't get a hug.
What?
Hugs
don't
for
get a hug.
closers.
Okay. All right, well, let's get this over so we can just fucking have a beer and chill out. Y'all are real stressed.
It's almost like
You
it's
see
life
what
or
they
death.
did to the statues? I'm most
Anyway.
enraged.
So as we're walking along, it's like, all right, so he's got at least 3 golems that we're dealing with. The wood one, probably, it's going to be hit or miss. Like, I'm pretty confident that if we can hit it in the right spot, it's going to malfunction spectacularly.
Oh no, made it. So, yeah.
That is true. Most of my battles are hit or miss. It's many of the choices that get made.
I mean,
Yes.
like, if we know we're fighting, you want to just, like, rest up so we can, like, get the right spells and all that so we can just make it dead?
Yes, we can do that.
Yeah.
And we'll definitely do that before we come across him. However, there are a couple of ways we can deal with this. Cogranch Hammerbench said we should destroy all his contraptions. I say, this guy, I like the research he's doing. Don't need to kill him. Don't
can
need to
join him,
destroy his
dude.
stuff.
His abomination should be taken out of the forest, though. This is Nadinus's place. There's no place for his shenanigans.
If he's at the base of the mountain, he's fine.
Maybe we should, like, ask him. If,
Also,
like,
if that's the
he's
stance you're going to
destroy
take,
the churches. Because, like, if he's not the one who told him to destroy the churches, maybe he's chill and these town people are the real bad guys then.
he might also be a little crazy. She did say prophet. So,
And she said prophet, dude.
yeah, she said prophet.
Doesn't
So,
mean he said prophet.
doesn't mean he said prophet.
Yeah.
We'll see
Even I
how it
get
is.
that.
Well, maybe they were just bamboozled.
Maybe they were just bamboozled.
Hey, James,
like people who put
volume's
up
a little bit
those-
low.
I was gonna say maybe it's like people who put up those birdhouses outside their house to try to attract those birds. It was just a big bamboozle. Maybe they're just the same way.
Yes.
Yes.
Mech pretends he understands. Because he's used to it.
Anyway. So, I can do some scouting when we eventually find him, see what's going on, see how crazy he actually is. So, let's rest up before we actually get there. Let's find a safe place, rest up for the night, and then we'll go and wander until we find his place, looking for some new stuff. Sounds like he doesn't have constant access to significant amounts of metal, so I wouldn't expect anything bigger than Niker fur to be made out of metal. Because this is a lot of metal.
Well, at least if it's wood, it shouldn't hurt our weapons. It's not like we're gonna blunt them. Should be fine.
Ironwood is still very strong against blunt weapons, but yeah.
Say again?
Well, certain types of wood will damage weapons.
Yeah, I will, but I mean, if we have some fire spells, we should be good.
Do we have fire spells?
Yeah, dude, I got firelight.
That's no fire spell.
I don't use spells for damage. I have these muscles for that. I only use them for defensive purposes.
We don't have fire spells.
Okay.
So, you guys ready?
It depends. We were
So-
saying that we were resting or we weren't
My
resting?
volume's quiet for people. I don't know.
Also,
why.
do we want to rest in the
You're a
swamp?
little quiet, but not too bad.
Yeah,
That's fun.
I've been
I'm
able
not
to understand
scared.
you the whole time.
Uh,
It could bump up a little bit if you wanted.
No, I can just move it closer. There we go.
So, are you guys resting here in town, or are you heading into the swamp today?
I say let's rest in town. That's probably a better idea.
I'm not sure, but maybe.
As long as you guys can calm your Bibles, we'll be good.
I'm just planning to talk to their lord afterwards because this seems to be a management issue. They've got to deal with all these villagers. I can't just go to each one. I've got to talk to the lord of this area and have them deal with this.
You know what? That sounds like a great idea.
Later.
After we're done,
Yeah,
we get our pay
afterwards.
and we've
I'll do
had
it
beer.
Yeah. Afterwards.
Also, if we're going back to town, man, I think I should mind read the guy, but like, you guys keep making me wait. Like, I might just do it without you guys telling me to at this point.
Check your initiative.
What?
Finn will just shake his head.
Suit yourself.
Do you guys want to come with me?
We'll guard the place
really.
right where we're sleeping, and then you can go on your own. I think
Doesn't
that's
even
probably
village
safest
have
for
a
us.
inn?
I don't. All right.
So
It's up to you guys.
everyone's gonna make camp, and Mech is gonna go back into town and cast a spell on his own.
I thought we were camping in the town, is what was happening.
Yeah.
Thought we were in town still.
Sure,
We're gonna
but
chill
you're
in
gonna
town and he can meander
yeah. There's
off.
no room here for you guys, so you'll have to just like find a spot that's not awkwardly in the middle of town and
Like
make
the
yourself
temple.
a camp. You're gonna camp on the temple. You're just gonna like put up a tent outside of the church. That seems a
Mech
little
would
weird.
suggest.
We have our giant metal friend here. He's obviously a testament to Seor in their mind, so can't be that wrong.
True.
We just do it outside in a tent.
Matter.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Go ahead, Mech. Do your thing.
Is that what we're doing?
What you're saying?
All right. Well. Yeah. All right. So, is the person still working on the temple? Is the question. Wait, no. This person wasn't the same one as the last one. Like the last one was a
No.
dick. This one was just like, yo, I'm working on a temple, right?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
just happily chatted with you guys while there was a stonemason inside carving a statue. But if you wait until night, the stonemason will like go home or whatever.
Okay. No. This one I don't think. Like the last one I would have done it on because the last one was a dick and seemed to know more. These people just seem to be like, yeah. Did we ask about the destroyed shit in this temple? By the way, did they say anything?
No, I specifically avoided that.
Ah.
I just asked what the renovations were about and what caused it. Because last time it turned into a hot topic.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, no, I didn't have any reason to interrogate these guys. They were chill. I like chill. Cool. So yeah, unless
okay.
anyone convinced me otherwise, I'm just going chill. Yeah.
Okay. The next day, party wakes up.
Spiels.
Great morning. Time to go through the swamp.
I meditate for spiels.
Shouldn't it be the exact same spells you had the previous day because you didn't cast any?
I reckon you can just change them out. So.
Yeah, we actually didn't have to rest at all.
All right.
I mean, I want
Don't go
one
in the swamp
different
at
spell.
night.
Okay, yeah, you guys had to as well. Yeah, fair.
Yeah, I wanted to change up, so I just everything the same except for that. Straight out web for acid arrow. So
Okay.
figure we come up against something metallic, having one acid arrow would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot it in the right spot. Good to go.
Actual use for that spell.
All right.
All right.
Oh, Mech mentions that if we do need fire, there is Flame Blade, but is that only me that can use it? If anyone wants a fucking Flame Blade, that'd be cool.
That'd be dope as fuck.
Yeah, Oh, from his hand. Okay, so it would have to be me. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to know that when I started learning third level spells, I failed Melf's Minute Meteors and Fireball, which would have been perfect for this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Lightning bolt's still pretty good.
Yes, while you're walking through the water, lightning bolt is a great spell to cast on people.
Well, considering that this is fresh water, you'd probably be fine.
It's swampy water, so it has plenty of particulate matter floating through it.
Ah, but it's not the particulate matter. is the electrolytes, which are not necessarily particulates. Salt water, the reason why it is relatively decent at conducting electricity is because of the dissolved salt. Those chlorides and the sodiums that are in there. It is
But this is not
because there's
distilled
dirt.
water. This is still going to have. It will still conduct.
Is it
Maybe not as
salty?
well as
You would
as
be fine
the Bryony Sea.
from like 10 feet away.
You would stand 10 feet away in a lake when lightning bolt hit.
I wouldn't, but you'd probably be fine. Honestly, there'd probably be other things that would kill you, like the sudden vaporization of all of that water. However, lightning bolt can also be cast from a distance, so I could cast it 180 feet away from me. Or whatever its range is. I don't know. I don't have it memorized, so it doesn't matter.
Sure, sure. All right, let's go into the swamp. Our party enters. The
I'm
DM
on
looks
my
for his
horse.
dice. What'd you say?
I'm on my horse.
Ooh, okay. Is anyone else mounted? Good to know.
I am a giant mount. I feel like I'm just.
I'd ride someone.
But no one's riding you right
No.
now.
Accurate.
I mean, I've got Niagara.
Okay. Well, into the swamp you go. And can I get perception checks from the party all around?
Yes.
Deception and Shenanigans.
Oh, beautiful.
Nailed it.
I'm not hearing the dice rolls either. So is this the browser in general is muted? It's not.
Hmm?
Oh no, Roll20 is completely muted for me.
There's a... I don't know. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's not important.
Yeah. All right, you have some pretty good and some pretty terrible perception checks in here. It looks like Lorebringer has found something floating in the water and has become enraptured with it because it sort of looks like the symbol of one of the gods, and he's trying to piece it together like, is this a part of a fallen temple? Is this a thing cast aside? And very concentrated on this piece of floating matter. Meanwhile, Shag and Fennel Form have noticed something slithering towards you guys. The ground here is intermittently wet and dry, so there'll be like large islands and then like kind of sandbars that coast through things and little bits of patches of ground, but everything else is, you know, a few inches to a few feet of water all around you. So you're carefully picking your way through this mire when the two of you notice sort of like a shape in the water coming towards you. And Lorebringer has found a symbol of the gods floating in the swamp.
Can I throw a dart
Are
at
they
the
the
thing
same
that's
thing?
slithering?
It's like, you know, if you had a shark without a fin on top, you could just like see the rise of the water where it's going, kind of rippling
so it's
over
like
it.
a crocodile or something.
You could attack it, but it's entirely below the water, and you can just like see that there's a form to it. So,
But it's got to
probably
be pretty close to the top if it's pushing up over the water, right?
certainly. I would
Alright.
say that it is concealed. It has like 50% concealment, not cover. So let me see what
Okay,
the
wait. So
penalties
it's
are for
moving
50%
right now, though?
concealment.
Oh, yeah,
Yes, it's moving. A -2 on attacks because you can see its location, but it's got the water. Yeah, you could attack
What
with
if
a
the
ranged
water
weapon.
itself attacked it? Then would there still be the -2?
I guess it depends on the context.
So
That-
I would
that's
like
not
to-
a meaningful statement in and
Yeah,
of
I feel
itself.
like I should cast Watery Fist and just make it grab it and pull it out of the water.
Nice.
That sounds like a great play. I think I'm doing
I
that.
definitely want to dart it, so I don't know how you
Yeah.
want to.
So I attempt to cast Watery Fist and have it.
Sure. Why
grab
don't you
the
wait
thing.
until after someone else lets you know that it's there? Because Fennel Form did not see it come. I'm sorry.
I didn't?
Mech
With the
did not
22?
see it.
Aw.
Fennel Form saw it,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
Shag saw it, and they get to react first.
My 22 not good.
It's,
I think there's a
13?
crocodile in the water, boys. Right over
Okay.
there.
Crocodile.
it's right over there.
Cast.
It's a holy symbol though. I'm gonna have to focus on this.
You see where Burgerville threw his dart? It's right there.
Right there.
Burgerville, Fennel Form, misses the creature with the dart. It bloops in some water nearby, and the bulge dips below the surface just
Oh.
creating ripples where it once was and is no longer
Aw.
visible.
Okay.
What affected the symbol? Is it,
I think it's
is it
coming this
symbol
way.
alpha?
Is there any higher ground other than like halfway in this swamp? Can we like go up near a tree or something? Or is this all like super
It's
deep?
all fairly low-lying dry ground and water. There are the occasional trees, but they're like small and scraggly. They're, none of
Yeah.
them really exceed 15 feet in height, and their branches are pretty weak.
I see.
We should still back up, guys. I guess. I mean, it's probably not gonna like chase us, right? If we don't like just go towards it and get caught, right? So let's just kind of back up.
I'm fine with that.
Sure.
Yeah, if that's possible. Neal, the area around, is it like swamp, meaning we're all in water at all times, or is there ground and shit? Like, what are we talking about for that? If you said it, I missed it.
There is ground and water. Like you mostly walk along dry areas and then have to cross a section of water and then to another dry area, and so
Okay.
you're intermittently in.
So so my question there would be like, is the water that creature's in connected to the rest, or could we just like literally like not have to walk along the edge of it? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, is it an encapsulated thing of water, or?
No, it's more like islands in a sea rather than
Okay.
lakes on a
Then, like-
land.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, I think we do have to deal with this thing.
I think we just go from dry patch to dry patch the best we can. Keep going. There's not much else to do. Because if you can't see it, you can't hit it.
True, dude. But like, if we just chilled a bit, we could probably lure it out.
That doesn't sound very chill. Luring and chill are not things that go together in my
We
mind.
don't need,
Really,
we don't need
man?
to lure it
We're
out.
just like chilling and like throwing some rocks in the water, and then it comes into the shallow
Yeah.
water where we're throwing rocks, and then we're like, all right, dude, what's up?
Why?
Why not just
Otherwise,
leave
we
it?
have to walk through the water it's swimming in, and that just seems like bad news bear, bruh.
We just wait the half hour. We can just go around, go back. We just backtrack just a little bit, and that's fine.
All right, Nick doesn't care enough anymore and stops arguing.
Okay.
I'm happy with our mechanoid friends plan.
Okay.
So can we just backtrack a little bit and go
We
around?
just
Yeah,
backtrack
yep.
a little bit.
All right.
You just
sure.
backtrack. You head out of the swamp, find
But
another
the holy
route.
symbol.
Yeah,
You'll be
you
fine.
become convinced after you pick it up that it's not actually a holy symbol. It just looked like it on the surface.
Oh,
It's quite a disappointing reveal.
oh. I get back on my horse and head off with him.
Yeah. Oh. All right, you backtrack out, find a new avenue, and head in deeper to the swamp. You can effectively bypass that encounter. We get to... yes. You make your way towards the mountain, which is ever present in your view, growing in size as you get closer and closer. The peak, visible at all times, maybe 12,000 feet above where you are. It's quite a high mountain. When you reach the base of it, the base of the mountain is sort of a nebulous area, but eventually you find the islands that you're walking on are a little bit taller and a little bit taller, and the swamp becomes less present until it becomes like a patch of pools in ground rather than patches of ground in a lake. And you can find perpetual dry ground at the base of the mountain.
Perfect.
I shed a tear for Watery Fist.
One day,
Yeah,
we turn
yeah,
past
one
it.
You continue along the edge of the swamp at the foot of the mountain, struggling with the now rocky terrain, except for Shag, who's got magical rollerblades that let him go over any surface, even upside down.
But not stairs.
But not stairs?
You go up the
remember?
wall on the stairs.
That was the one thing that I couldn't do was stairs, and I got around
have
it
to
by
hop them up
sliding
them.
by riding up the wall.
Yeah.
That makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, because the stairs would just be too awkward to like constantly be doing this with your skates. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Though I'm pretty
Is it
sure.
like a character flaw that you took, like scare.
No, that's just what is a magical item. And that's just what it.
Properties
What it
of
will.
magical item. Yeah. Roll over
They're
any
both on the
surface
time.
except stairs. You're like a Dalek. Stopped by stairs.
Modern Daleks, though.
I know, they levitate. It's amazing.
Well, actually, the last episode of the 80s, Daleks could levitate too, but yeah.
Okay. I guess now they're just like full on fly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Silly
Oh
creatures.
no, we're gonna die to Daleks.
Well, if Neal wants to do a Dalek episode, he can do a Dalek episode.
He's rolling for it.
I mean, Dalek
No.
episode would be classic Shenanigans. End of the episode, I don't know what monster you're fighting, so I just like hold out a plunger, and then the next week I like make a monster designed around a random plunger that's holding out. Stupid creature design. Terrible
know.
creature
Yes.
design. They're so
Yes.
dumb looking.
I know. I love him, but they're
Oh, I
stupid.
love them. I love them, but the random plunger for a nose is just.
Well, it's not the nose, it's the arms plunger. It's a little stalk for the nose.
No, isn't the
No,
nose?
the plungers on their arms, not the eye stalk. It's an eye
It's been
stalk.
so long since I've seen a Oh yeah. It's okay. It's the
An eye
arm
stalk
thingy.
that they look with. But it's an arm, one of their arms is a plunger, but in the modern
The
series...
other's a
it can-
gun. Yeah.
Yeah, but it shapes into different shapes, and it can like go suck your face and, or control mechanisms.
Face
Yes.
sucking.
Well, it's like bad CGI, but yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Love me some Daleks. Anyway, you're walking alongside the edge of the mountains when a bit of rock near you begins to hiss like a steam whistle. There just comes this like sort of noise.
What is that abominable sound?
I look around on the ground for any sort of tripwire that might have been.
Go ahead and give me a perception check as you search the area for clues. Yes. Surely you find that the whole ground around you is actually a little bit soft, and when you kick it away and like scratch at it, you can see that the whole like the earth here is just resting on like a very large block of wood that must be connected to something underneath it. You have stepped on a very large, maybe like 20 by 10 foot pressure plate. Probably the weight of one of you wouldn't be enough to set it off, but the weight of all of you certainly could.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll find the source of the steam whistle. It's probably just a bit of compressed air and whatnot.
Yeah,
And,
it's just a nearby rock that's been carved into a whistle on some area.
And I'll stop the sound.
How do you stop the sound?
Well, I look, so it has to have some way of moving some sort of gas through there to make that sound. So I'll look for the gas supply, and there's probably a valve there.
As he's looking at it, I'm just gonna pick up the rock and break the rock and like throw it somewhere else.
Okay, so it's like a rock, yeah, it's like a fairly large rock, about yay big or so, resting the ground.
Seems
so
fun.
it's quite heavy with just like a whistle carved into the side of it. So
Is it more than 330 pounds?
I don't know. Give me a strength check. It's sort of embedded in the ground. A strength check to see if you can like lift it. Oh yeah, no problem. You roll it
mate.
out and roll it over. It tumbles. It breaks. The whistle breaks on it, and you can see underneath it there is a carved pathway from some sort of large gas bag to the rock. But now it's exposed, and the whistle stops. But anyone within, I don't know, a quarter mile would have heard that. Maybe a half mile, depending on acoustics.
They wouldn't know which one it was if they're too far away.
After it gets real quiet, I want to start listening around and try to detect noise.
We could go back a bit because we're right in the area. The whole point of the trap is to detect people who are here. So if we move quickly out of the detection zone, then we could set up an ambush here, or just, they won't know where we are.
Yeah, dude, we can like, they're gonna come reset their trap anyways. Unfortunately, breaking it might make it a bit more bait, but they're gonna come try to repair some shit or check it out.
This is why I wanted to disable it.
Oh yeah, dude, you should have done that.
Yeah.
That's what
It
I
was
was
such
doing.
a horrible sound. It's too loud.
Yes, it was. I'd seen the valve that I needed to actuate.
Oh, you should have actuated it then, bro.
I was trying to, and then Burgerville over here fucking picked it up and threw it.
Okay, let's
I
step
moved it
away.
to a better
Let's
location.
step away before they come back, because I mean, a
Yeah,
quarter
let's
mile's
step away.
not that far away.
Okay. You guys retreat back the same way that you came?
Yeah, just about.
As we retreat, I still want to listen and try to detect noise.
Sure. The only sounds that you hear, actually, give me your detect noise. Maybe you actually do hear something.
It's 29, just for the...
Oof. No. Okay.
You hear
The only
us.
sounds you hear are the party members moving away, Nigrofer clanging against himself, the horse stepping over things with the occasional whinny.
Okay. I see.
Mm-hmm. Few minutes later, maybe 10 or 15 minutes later, you see some movement up ahead. Some sort of great slug is poking its head around a corner with large antennas, sniffing, tasting, looking. Who knows what the antennas do? But it comes around the edge of the mountainside. For you? Before you?
So, you say great slug. Is it actually a slug?
Well, you're only seeing like the front of the slug, right? And you know how
Sure.
slugs have that like soft mucousy front end with like the little antennas that pop up
Yeah.
and maybe a mouth in there somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like mucusy? Does it look organic? Is what
Yeah,
I'm
it's
asking.
super mucousy. It looks totally organic.
Okay. Interesting. Hey guys, stay here. I'm gonna go see what that thing's all about,
Yeah, dude, looks chill.
and I'm going to go scout ahead.
Are you scouting upon Nigrofer or upon
No.
your shoes?
On my own feet,
Okay.
rollerblades, I guess.
All right. You zip, zip, zip up to up to the slug. How close do you get?
I would say I probably keep like 200 yards away to start, see if it notices me. Like I go about like a roundabout
give
way.
me a wisdom check. See if you can tell if it notices you. Because it is a slug and it's kind of hard to read its face.
How about instead I just give you a hide check?
Oh, you're attempting to not be seen.
Yes.
Yes, that'll do. Very good. You can zip from cover to cover, keeping away from the slug as it, lurks, not lurks, slugs around the corner.
Yeah. And then I'll eventually, once I'm in a good position where I can probably see, not necessarily get the best view of it, but see above it and then like get my way closer, probably being no closer than about 50 yards.
Yeah, well, as you get to about 100 yards, you
Spoken 100.
will shut up. You will see that there appears to be something off about this slug. There's something, like the slime and gooiness of the slug does reflect light in a way, but there's a different sort of reflection coming in a stripe down the back of its head.
Mm-hmm.
And as it pulls itself around the corner a bit, you can see this is no slug. This is a giant snail with a metal shell.
A metal shell, you say?
Yes, a shell of some sort of dark silvery metallic color. And as it inches its way forward bit by bit, you notice upon either edge of the snail's shell is some sort of lightning rod facing forward in your direction. Well, in the direction of wherever the slug is facing.
So it's got a metallic shell. There's like a stripe up the back, probably power conduit to this lightning rod. That's it so far.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
Everyone else is, I guess, a couple hundred yards back, taking a look at this from a distance, slowly making out these details. But the slug is coming around the corner.
Is it still heading towards us?
It's heading in your general direction, slowly.
All right. Yeah, probably moves real slow. So
Hold on before you go. As it slowly creeps up, I want to try to go hide in the shadows from the snail as well. It's really
Excellent.
good odds on this one too.
Yeah. What is it?
15%.
1-5. Wow, that's great.
It's fantastic. And we
You
do
did
it.
it.
Ooh.
You have found a shadow in which to hide. The slug will never see you. Snail
Perfect.
will never see you.
excellent. So I'm gonna get a little closer. Then I'd say this is a good time to use the skill that we made specifically for Shenanigans, specifically for Shag, I want to use my machinery skill to get a quick estimate on how this guy works.
Okay, make me a machinery check at disadvantage since you can't actually handle it. You're like trying to
Sure.
figure it
I'm
out.
just like trying to get, okay,
visually.
how's the stuff connected? Like, is there potentially a way maybe I could sever that conduit? What's it powered from? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is there a room inside it?
Oh.
So close. So close.
You need a closer look. It can't quite be pieced together. You got to get your hands on it to make real
Gotta get my
sense of
hands
it.
on Understand.
Yep.
All right. So at that point, about how fast is it moving?
Movement speed 2.
Okay. So it's going to take it, like, if it actually gets to where our other position was, it's probably going to take him like half an hour or something.
It's a slow moving creature. Yeah, it's
Sure.
pretty. Or maybe it's just like moving especially slow now. Maybe it can go more quickly, but it's just like taking its time. At the
Sure.
moment, it's moving at movement speed 2.
Definitely faking it since it got here.
Yeah, so I'll go back and share what I've learned with the boys.
Give me
Now.
another hide check to make it back to the party carefully. It should be opposed by its perception check, I believe, but
I don't think
I
it can.
don't think it's going to pass.
I don't think it can pass.
I don't
don't
think
think it
so
can beat me.
either. Especially not on a natural 3, so no.
Yes.
No, it does
It would
not
have to have a.
plus 24 to its perception check. Plus 33 to its perception check.
There you go.
That would be an amazing snail.
It is an amazing snail. To be
That
fair.
would be
True.
literal god tier perception.
Mm-hmm.
No. Anyway, so I'll make it back. Like, all right. So there's a giant ass slug, snail actually. Its shell's made out of metal. Sounds like we might have influenced the DM's decision on what monster to make with the discussions we had before the show. Anyway,
Don't say. Shenanigans?
so, it's got a
Sessions being
metallic
based
shell.
on the pre-shenanigans conversations?
Yep. Next time we're gonna have anything like this, we should just like
Talk
talk
about
about how
characters.
there's a monster that's made out of gold coins and really easy to kill, and you get to keep all the gold coins beforehand.
Well,
But anyway,
remember,
that's
I think it's got +5 weapons for arms.
+5 weapons for arms, but it can't be in. It has to be in melee, and you can only shoot it. And unfortunately, it's like super slow, and it's like I said, easy to kill. Anyway,
there's some treasure goblins that we just have to kill just so they can drop the treasure.
yep, exactly. Anyway,
Those are PCs.
it's got like some sort
Filthy
of
Frank round 2.
it's got some sort of conduit on its back leading to a lightning rod on its forehead.
Wait, what's a conduit?
You're a conduit, my friend.
True.
Okay, how
Yes,
does this information help us, right? So
I-
either we engage it or we go around. Those
Is
are
the
the
snail
regular
slowly
choices.
moving to us while we talk?
Yes, it is.
2
Yes.
movement speed.
But anyway, what I'm trying to get across is this guy has, I think, some sort of electrical discharge ability.
Ooh.
So, I don't know a lot about snails.
If
Do we want to
snails are
fight
slow,
this thing?
we could
because-
probably just go around.
We probably could just go around it, but there's also the problem of I think we're close, and if we do have to end up fighting the gnome, we'll probably have to end up fighting this thing if we don't kill it now. So that's the problem. That's the conundrum we're in.
Are you sure? Because this is a lot. This is it'll probably be a while before it would able. What it's not going to be able to call for its help right in time, right?
So,
Will it,
dude,
though?
like
If we responded to the whistle sound.
bruh. Yeah, it probably
If-
had, like
that's
mechanical
whist-
like sensors and antennas and dude.
Or what we could do, perhaps,
Lure it
is,
far away.
lure
After it
to
goes
the water,
away,
bro.
we go grab the whistle, grab the airbag. I shut the valve. We hook it up down here, and we just let it keep going off. So that way it comes all the way down here. Then we go investigate.
Dude, what if we like put the whistle thing on the other side of the pool with the water thing, and then the slug and the water thing have an epic Godzilla battle?
I like that idea.
Also, it's got like laser guns and shit, so I feel like the water might just like backfire on it, especially
Can't
with
we
the
just
metal
go
shell
around?
and the water and the electric guns and shit.
Yeah.
What's
No,
a gun?
Don't worry, man. I'm not this smart.
worry
I
about
saw
it.
it in a fucking play once.
Yeah, you saw it.
Okay. Alright. I play.
I'm gonna slip back into my shadowy position and wait for the slug to slowly approach.
It has gotten to the rock, and it is now just sniffing the rock.
With what?
So I
With its
guess
sniffer.
we either engage
Has a
it now
sniffer?
or we go around, right?
Well, the idea was just to grab that rock
Okay.
and then have it sound off further away.
Well, the rock is not going to whistle. It's been destroyed. The whistling mechanism is broke. You cannot make it sound again.
It's fine. There's others.
God damn it.
But it's at the rock that was destroyed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
And how far away is that from us?
I think you guys are at like 130 yards, 150 yards, something like that.
Sure.
Oh, but like if we do fight this, we should.
What does it do when it's
spread
done
out.
sniffing the rock?
So you can just wait for it to finish sniffing the rock, and then it makes its perception check, easily picks up the scent of nearby creatures, and slowly starts coming towards you. But it picks up its speed from movement rate 2 to movement rate 3.
Oof.
All right,
Ho,
guys.
ho,
Like, if it's
ho.
coming to us, we could probably lure it wherever the hell we want, really.
Probably. Yeah.
Sticking his head out of the shadow, go, maybe we can just get it by surprise. I think we do a little more damage that way. And then
Yeah,
duck his
we
head
could do
back
that.
in.
Okay. So we could engage it. Is that the plan then?
Yeah, let's probably go about another 50 yards or so. Split up in a semicircle around it, like hide in some bushes. Don't get close to each other. Don't get in a line.
We
It
could
can smell
like
us, right?
we could like pick our terrain well and shit too, and like
Yep.
yeah, because like if there's like trees, brah, they can like hug them and be cool. If there's like wet ground, it can just go like plush plush plush. But to be fair, it's a snail, so I feel like any mud it's on is wet mud because it's a snail, brah. So
Oh yeah,
like, I don't
let's not
know,
be in the
man.
water. Yeah.
Okay. So plan is don't be in the water and then engage it, right? That's what we've gotten out of the
I don't think it's
conversation.
pretty enough for me to get engaged to it, bro.
Okay. Cool. Let's do that then.
I want to hide in my shadow still.
All right.
My-
Or we can not engage.
Okay, let's
Or we
just
can
move into
engage.
position. At the
I want-
ambush spot.
I think we're getting into position.
I mean, or we could go around. Like, is this really something we should engage? Something that we can just run away from?
I feel like we could run away, but it's gonna keep sniffing us, and then follow us at a very interesting rate.
I fear we will pull more mobs if we don't deal with this now.
Okay.
And then
let's
we will
engage
still
it then.
deal with this and other mobs.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are going to deal with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Headlong attack, just charging straight in?
No.
Yeah.
No, wait for it to
Luring
show
it
up,
in.
and then I
You're not
sneaky,
pulling a
sneaky.
Shenanigans classic?
I mean, I feel like that's what we're doing anyway.
We're basically doing that, Neal.
It's coming at us. I guess if we don't charge.
Yeah,
just
Neal,
don't
we're
get the
pulling
surprise attack.
a Shenanigans classic. It's coming at us like that steamroller in Austin Powers, except instead of laying down in front of it and screaming, we're hiding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
So positions are hiding off to the sides.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, dude.
Not
we wanna go
grouped,
near
not in a
water.
line, but spread out, so not
Yeah.
a single lightning bolt.
Single file
incident.
line, all touching each other, right?
Yeah,
Holding
we're
each
in the
other's
water
weapons
too,
from
Neal.
person to person
Yeah.
while standing
Yeah.
in the water. Good.
Also, I recommend that, considering how it's tracking us, that we get into position by like
Rolling
an
shit.
umbrella handle maneuver. So we go down like this, and then we U around and go back to their spot. So that way, if it's following a trail, it has to go down this way, and we're already in our positions without giving them away immediately.
That's smarter than hiding our scent by rolling in shit. Fair. I also want to point out that if we can go by water and the watery fist grabs it with its electric guns, that's gonna really fuck up the electric guns.
But it is going to fuck up. Its
I think I have a plan, guys. Hold on. If it's smelling us, I can help with this. And I can pass.
Just farts.
I cast pass
Pass
without
gas.
a trace on everybody, which hides our scent and our footsteps. So now it doesn't know where we are.
Ooh, is that right?
That's pretty good. Yeah, we just end the trail here. You go
Wait, now we
set
can
up.
just walk away.
Shouldn't we end the trail after the ambush spot is reached? Are we in the
Yes.
ambush spot? Yeah.
We are at the ambush
Yes.
spot.
Okay, we are. What's the ambush
So we can
spot?
move into position.
Pass without trace affects one creature and one creature only.
Oh, is it just one?
Oh yeah.
For
never
5e.
All right, who's the smelliest? I looked
We
up
don't
the
need
quill.
to do that then.
Oh yeah.
Only one person threw the rock. Only one person
He
touched
smells the
rock.
mushrooms.
Well, no, wait.
I was gonna say he smells the soft serve.
So there's only one person who touched the rock. Well, two people touched the rock.
Oh.
Oh, it is just one creature. Lame. Oh yeah, I'm casting on myself. I hide myself.
Yeah, he's probably
Cool.
smelled him.
And then I go.
Picked it up.
I'm shaping it.
That's even better. I stay in the shadow and I cast it on myself, which is
All right, so you're hidden there, Will. Connar, you said you. What?
So I go like at the ambush spot, and then I walk around like kind of a U shape, and go get in position, so that way it still has a trail
I do
Got
that,
that it has
too,
to follow.
but I don't stay directly next to him.
Yeah, I go the opposite way of the curve.
Okay.
I'll just be behind a tree waiting.
So we're flanking the ambush spot.
Right, right. So the two of you are on the sides of the ambush spot. The other three of you are sort of in front of the ambush spot as the snail moves slowly towards you. When we come back from break, the ambush will unfold. See you guys on the other side. Bye-bye.